Hello, everybody. This is Walrus McFish Sr., and we are back with another episode of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. It's Lady Egmont, the martial artist, the Grey Draconian of Sifmuna, Mistress of Ice and Iron, and Slime Queen of the Dragons. Yes, we got lots of titles. We're very decorated, very aristocratic sort of lady here. And let's see, we just cleared our way through Lair. We were doing okay. I ended up having to use a scroll of blinking in that last episode, which I was not pleased about. But other than that, we made it through, and I was actually pretty happy about the fact, a couple of things. We got our Book of Ice, so that was one thing that I was explicitly looking for, and Sif Muna was completely happy to give that to us, so definitely playing along there. And also, we did see that early Jiva altar, so we got to start thinking, are we going to do that? When are we going to do that? And the answer is, man, I gotta do it sooner than later. Like, the more I think about it, the more I just want to go and do it right now. Because that was the point, right? I wanted to have a Jiva game. Everybody knows what a Sif Moon game is like. Not to get you wrong, Sif, but, you know, I mean, you're a fine lady. But, you know, we've been there. Jiva, on the other hand, is something a little special. So we'll go and do that soon. This game could use a little bit more pizzazz. So as soon as we're feeling a little bit more survival, we're ready to go and switch to Jiva and face Sif Muna's wrath, you know, be able to spellcast a little bit on our own, then we'll be happy. You know, if Sif Muna could give us maybe just one more book, give us a book that has dragon form in it or something too, just to really, you know, seal the deal, that'd be fantastic too. But before we do that, I got a policy, you know, no Jiva before the Orcish Mines. So we gotta go and do the Orcish Mines first. I guess we haven't even seen it yet, so we have to go and discover the Orcish Mines. Because, you know, it's filled with gold. You know, I mean, before we completely forego material possessions, we're going to have to go and pick up all the gold, check out the shops, make sure there's nothing that we really don't want the slimes eating. Book of Power is going to be all conjuration. Interesting. I could go conjuration this game, but I don't really want to. Let me just drop this off of my stash real quick just so I have it. I don't have any spell levels left right now anyway, 2 spell levels left, so I'm not going to be getting into conjurations right now. Cyclops, we can take on a Cyclops probably. Yeah, no problem, just dice them up. Drop off our Book of Power. We might get into conjurations later, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, you know, I mean, we gotta go and clear the Orcish Mines first, definitely, before we even consider Jiva. Because, well, you know, I mean, the slime creatures just don't appreciate, you know, slime creatures will eat anything. It's like you set the dinner table, you spend all day, you make some gold for a slime creature, and then you just like set it out on the table, and then he sits down and gobbles it all up in like 2 seconds. He's like, and eats all the gold, and then he's like, well, is there any more? And you're like, slime creature, you just ate all my gold. And he's like, yeah. And he doesn't show any appreciation at all, and then he just goes and like eats like some rusty daggers or some bricks or something, you know, and just doesn't appreciate it. Slime creatures will eat anything. So therefore, we're going to save all the gold for ourselves. It's a little bit selfish towards Jiva, but Jiva doesn't care. That's the point. Jiva is the embodiment of the slimes. He's just as happy to eat bricks, too, or whatever. To eat rock, eat whatever. It's just all-consuming, slimy entropy. Now, where is that hippogriff? He's sleeping. I mean, I guess I'm stealthier than I thought, but I'd still rather just put on all my buffs and dice him up. I guess that means our stealth could start coming down. I know I don't want to keep my skills up too diverse anymore. I'm a little self-conscious now, you know. Here's an ice beast. I know how to deal with ice beasts. We kill them by any means necessary. Maybe you thought I was going to say we were going to transform into an ice beast, but nah, that's not how you do it. You can't beat an ice beast by turning into the same kind of thing, unless you just turn into like a better version of the same kind of thing. Is that a hat over there? I think we probably looked at that already. I think it was probably a helmet, yeah. Couple of yaks should definitely go down real easily by now. We've definitely grown quite experienced in dealing with yaks. And a wand of teleportation. I mean, how can you argue with that? We got so much teleportation now. We got 7 scrolls of teleportation. We got a wand of teleportation. We could identify. We have a couple more potions that we should definitely check out as well. What do we got? Potion of decay. Blech. Ruby potion. Potion of experience. Well, I'm glad that I check that one out. And a potion of cancellation is pretty neat too. We got a potion of experience, an early potion of experience. This doesn't happen so often. Sometimes you go through the whole game, you don't find your potion of experience until you get to a ziggurat or something. What could we use experience in? I think Sif Muna is just going to be over the moon about it if we dump it all into magic points. I think I should just dump it all into magic points, and maybe Sif Muna grants me like 4 books because she's like, wow, I can't believe you used your brain potion all on me. How romantic. I don't know. Let's try let's try to do it, I guess. Let's just quaff it and see what happens. I feel experienced. What am I interested in? Like, I could just work up my unarmed combat because I need that. Like, if I put it all in unarmed combat, it would go up a level. But if I put it all in spellcasting, it would go up a level and a half. If I put it all in transmutations, it would go up, like, you know, a little bit more than 1 level. I could put it all in transmutations, or I could get it in some other things, like boost up some other stuff that I was a little bit interested in. I really want Sifmu to get the idea that I want to learn transmutations, though. Like, if I get Book of the Dragon right now, that'd be so fantastic. So let's go, like, transmutation spellcasting. That seems a little stupid. But, okay. I mean, it's less that we're going to have to change those skills later. It doesn't really matter, I guess, probably, right? Let's just go for it. Sifmuna, see what I tell you. Sifmuna loved it. Thanks, Sifmuna. Yeah, reached level 15. That's pretty brilliant. Maybe I should put another point into intelligence just to be able to cast whatever Sifmuna gave us in this cool book. I'm not sure. What do you think? Or we could just get a little bit more dexterity, intelligence. I don't care, honestly. It's all good. I think Jeev is probably going to shuffle our stats around any way that he sees fit anyway, so let's just put it in intelligence for now to facilitate any other sort of spellcasting problems that we might have. And, yeah, my scales feel tougher as well. That's just generally improving. Sifmuna's Compendium of the Butterfly. What is this all about? It's... Sifmuna, I guess it does have transmutation. I gotta give her that. She's trying. It's the thought that counts, Sifmuna. You got me the Compendium of the Butterfly. Lady Egmont is not that kind of lady. You know, everybody assumes just because she's a lady, she wants all sorts of compendiums about Butterfly, you know, a little coffee table book about Butterfly that you can just sort of show off to all your bridge partners or whatever. But no, that's not really our style. We want to turn into a dragon and rule the world. So if you can give me a book that teaches me how to do that instead, that'd be fine. I mean, turning into a lich, turning into a statue. That's neat. We could go statue form, but I already did statue form. I'm just going to drop this off here because I'm never going to read it. Sorry, Sif. I'm just going to re-gift it back somebody. Maybe we can give it back to her later, trade it in maybe secondhand bookstore. But I just am not that interested in that. It's okay, though. And probably our stuff is a lot more hungerless than it used to be. Yeah, even Blade Hands is better. And Azukuba's armor, almost hungerless. That was sort of my, like, selfish reason of putting a whole bunch of points into spellcasting, is just so I don't have to, like, worry about food at all. Because it's nice to be able to just cast Blade Hands whenever you want. It's just one less thing that I have to think about. Alright. We're done here. Find any orcs? Nope, soldier ants. Soldier ants are a lot worse than NetHack, don't you think? And they're blue, so they're more dangerous. They blend into the walls. Oh, we don't have blade hands right now. That explains it. Well, we can punch a soldier ant to death. You know, we don't want to give the soldier ant the dignity of a clean death. We'll tear it limb from limb, you know, tail slap it around a little bit rather than dicing it up, you know. Alright, no Orcish Mines here. That's fine. I mean, just working our way through the dungeon. Oh, I remember this place. We fell through a shaft to here, and there were some electric eels all over the place. Which is particularly annoying, considering that we have scales made out of iron. Oh, there's the Orcish Mines. Orcish Mines, like, sunken? Did it get sunken here? I don't know. Was there some sort of mining accident? You probably shouldn't have built a mine underneath an aquifer. Didn't you ever play Dwarf Fortress? Alright, well, I know there's probably, like, eels and stuff around here. I don't want to deal with that. Maybe I should cast statue form. But I don't want to go too much into earth magic, and I don't want to cast statue form again. We want to do dragon form. Am I still wanting summonings, by the way? I am wanting a little bit of summonings. Yeah, that'd be fine. Like, do I still need to be putting points into spellcasting and transmutations now? I guess let's turn off stealth. Alright, yeah, just continue hopefully getting some books and making Sifmuna really happy with us. So we can abandon her as quickly as possible. And who knows, maybe down here in the mines we'll find, like, a bookshop or something. This seems like a dumb situation to be fighting. It would be awesome if we had our vampiric battle axe. You know, old Larry or whatever we called that thing. Hector something. But this wasn't too bad either, even with some priests on the side. Does that guy have a pole arm? I think he probably does, and that's probably the reason why he's standing back and doing more damage than I would have hoped. Yeah, he had an anti-magic trident. Ooh, that's a little nasty. Poke you with the anti-magic trident, all your magic leaks in the air. Highly uncomfortable. Scimitar of Holy Wrath. I guess we could go for Holy Wrath this game, but probably not, considering that we have completely foregone weapons. I mean, we're basically just going to forego all material possessions this game. Once we embrace... Yeah, once we embrace the teachings of Jiva, we'll be good to go. Because Jiva basically says, don't even worry about it, I'm just going to eat everything anyway, so don't even worry about concepts like personal possessions of privacy or property or anything like that. It's just going to be slime everywhere. You know, there is no pain, only slime. There is no property, only slime. There is no suffering, only slime. It's just all going to be slime anyway. It's this sort of zen-like attitude. You know, it goes with our martial arts ability. We're going to be slime, you go slime-style martial arts. Slime dragon as well. There might be invisible creatures here too. I'm missing having my antennae a little bit. And my massive regeneration. I miss Savage Sid a little bit. You know, you always go through that character, right? When I first started out Savage Sid as well, I was commenting about how much I miss Harrigan. You know, you can't help but be used to that play style. And then you get used to it, and it's like, oh, okay. You know, we'll get used to Lady Egmont eventually. We're going to love Lady Egmont just as much as any of them. Trust me. She's a very likable character. What's the deal with this cloud here, by the way? Like, why is this all cloudy? Am I wrong? Cloud of gray smoke? Is this just like a cloudy statue? A granite statue? Is this just like an incense, you know, temple here or something like that? It's pretty cool. I like it. Just sort of adding a little bit of ambiance. So, I don't know if I ever saw one of those before. It's pretty cool. Add some tactical effects too. Maybe you could hide behind here, you know, sneak through the shadows, ninja style. I don't know. It could be a pretty cool thing to do. Alright, how many staircases do we see? Just the one. I guess that makes the job a little bit easier, but I guess that means there's more to the Orcish Mines that we have not seen. We feel the oppressive heat. And we do have the fire resistance, don't we? Now here's my question. If we feel an oppressive heat here, does that mean that it's like here, or is it possible that it's like in one of the other pods, non-contiguous pods of the Orcish Mines? I'm not sure. I guess we're just going to have to rush around and see. I'd like to go check out a volcano. Yeah, you're invisible. I get it. I wasn't too impressed, though. Chop up all these fools real quick. I got a volcano. I got to catch a ticket to a volcano. And I'm going to be late. Let's see if we can find it. What's this over here? That looked like a volcano real... It looked like a volcano, but it wasn't. Nearby, though. What do you think? Up here? No, nearby, though. You say nearby, it sounds to me like maybe it's like right over there, but I just can't get to it. Or maybe I can get to it if I just... Oh, here's fire bats. Never mind. We got this. Fire bats, definitely the sort of creatures that would be hanging around a volcano, right? Sort of like fire-type Pokemon. Like if we were playing Pokemon Snap, and we go into the volcano level, those kinds of creatures you would expect to see. Alright, Dark Tunnel to the volcano. We got no reason to fear the volcano. We have fire resistance. I don't think we can walk through lava. I mean, we'd be able to breathe, but we might also like burn to death in the thousands of degrees molten rock. But I don't know. Could be worth a try. Let's just go in and see what happens. Azakubos is probably not going to help. Oh yeah, see, my icy armor is just melting. Was that just melting because it was starting to expire, or is it melting just from being here in the impressive heat? If it was being in the impressive heat, that would be an impressive attention to detail. Let me cast my Azakubos again right now. Nah. It just started to wear out. It would be really cool. I mean, if this were NetHack, it would definitely be like, oh, there's an ambient temperature which caused your ice to melt. Here it's like, oh, that would be too complicated, really, so let's just sort of have the same temperature everywhere. Its temperature is the same inside of an ice cave as it is inside of a volcano. I'm not really complaining. I'm just complaining for the sake of complaining. I'm just commenting on the differences between the two games. I mean, it's nice here that there's not these kinds of unnecessary mechanics that you have to worry about. But it's cool in NetHack that there are those kinds of unnecessary mechanics that you have to worry about. So it's just two different styles. I mean, playing both these games at the same time, I can't help but compare and contrast the two. Here's fire bats and lava snakes. I hate that, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to actually get across. I think that the main part of this volcano is in the middle. I got 2 potions of flight. I can't cast flight yet. Lava snakes are going to spit at me, which I don't like. My icy armor is going to melt away. Let's take care of these lava snakes real quick. Yeah. I'd rather deal with these lava snakes, so I'm not worrying about them when I'm flying across the volcano. Just one-chop these lava snakes, though. They're not very impressive creatures, you know. I mean, if you see these sorts of extremophile creatures living inside the lava, you'd think they'd have some kind of toughness. But I guess not. I guess it's just all temperature resistance. They're not expecting blade-handed draconians to come up and be chopping them. Actually, maybe never mind. I think I might have a different version of the volcano in mind, because it looks like there is a little temple over here. Let's go and check this out in here. Yeah, this seems like basically the place where we need to go. Right, there's not enough room to fit a temple in here. So never mind, we don't have to go on any exotic flying maneuvers. We just have to work our way over here. Lasher statues? I don't know what a Lasher statue is. That's the craziest thing I ever saw. Lasher makes me imagine like it's got a whip. Can I just investigate this real quick? See, yeah, okay, one advantage about Dungeon Crawl. If you see something you don't know, you can just look at it rather than have to look it up online or just die to it and learn your lesson. Lasher statue, it's got a whip, naturally. And you want to tell me about it? Yeah, what is it? How do I do that? I've got my controls mixed up. Oh, well. We can probably take a Lasher statue. Let's just back up real quick. If it's anything like NetHack, which is probably not, it probably means that maybe they can steal your weapon. But again, that's a very NetHack thing to happen and a very not Dungeon Crawl thing to happen. So maybe they just whip you. And if that's all they're gonna do, I don't care. I can out chop a whipper. Ooh, it does hurt, right? Check him out. He's good at whipping. This is neat. I've never seen this before. This is pretty crazy. Imagine going into a weird temple inside a volcano and there's statues trying to whip you. This is cool. Who came up with this? Seems pretty creative. More Lasher statues. We can take on Lasher statues, and I mean, I guess it's not that dangerous considering that we can basically walk away at any time. We could just step away whenever we wanted to, and the Lasher statues can't chase us. I guess if you wanted a whip of flaming, this is the place to go. I can't say that I necessarily do. Lava snake, get over here, or just ignore me. I don't care. I won't wake you up. You have a nice nap there. Here's a cockatrice, so you gotta be very careful about that, or it'll turn us to stone. And also, actually, it's some centaur warriors, so you have to be careful about that, or it'll pelt us with arrows. Both could be deadly, but so long as we get close enough that he can't use his ranged prowess, we're able to get closer here, take him out. Was this a longbow? No, he's still got a short bow like a chump. I thought maybe we could upgrade our short bow there a little bit earlier than you might otherwise be able to. A couple other kinds of potions. That's neat. We're getting all sorts of cool potions. We already found experience. Who knows what it could be? Hey, okay, a demon whip of flaming. I was making fun of those whips of flaming earlier, but if you actually did want a whip of flaming, that would be a pretty good one to take. And, yeah, I guess other than that, we are good to go. Do we have any more identify? I guess we don't. Oh well, we'll just have to hang on to these mystery potions for now. But good. Successful volcano, I guess. I mean, not a whole lot happened, not a whole lot of loot. We got some cool potions. Who knows, maybe one of those could be beneficial mutation. Who knows? But it was fun anyway. Definitely cool Lasher statue action. Not what I expected to see. Alright, and then more orcs. That's pretty typical. Don't want to get smitten too many times. That's the only concern, really. And, you know, lacking Savage Sid's regeneration, we can't just, shrug it off. You know, if we get mega smitten, we could end up in a bad spot, and then we're going to have to, quaff. And, yeah, all the icy armor, all the icy shields in the world are not going to protect you against the wrath of Bugh. So they have to be a little bit careful about that. Cool. So, I mean, I guess that explains maybe why there was, like, such significant flooding at the entrance of the Orcish Mines. Joseph here. Is because they built it on top of a volcano. I mean, maybe that is not their bad. You know, maybe there's no way they could have known. I mean, maybe that's part of the reason why there's such rich mineral deposits in here is because of the seismic activity. But maybe they got caught in a seismic storm that they weren't expecting. Storm not being the right word for it exactly. But, you know, I mean, a volcano erupts and then it causes a major tectonic shift. And then, like, it starts getting over flooded. I think these orcs are in pretty serious trouble right now. So maybe we get some discounts. Go down to the Orcish Mines shop. By the way, speaking of compare and contrast with NetHack, this is, I mean, I don't know if I ever mentioned this before, but you know, the Orcish Mines is definitely like a homage to the Gnomish Mines, right? I mean, it seems like too clear of a lift not to be the same, which is great. You know, I'm not complaining about that at all. I like homages, you know. But it's like NetHack's got the Gnomish Mines. You go down and there's a mine town at the bottom where you can get some shops. Same sort of situation here, except it's orcs instead of gnomes. So I appreciate that, actually. I kind of like that they made it like that. What do we got to do? All right, I think we have to go up and explore more parts of level 1. So let's go and do that first. Because sometimes all the good stuff is on level 1, you know. I mean, you have to take these convoluted ways to get here. They don't exactly have good property value, so they have to lower their prices to compensate. You know, not a lot of customers are willing to make this sort of convoluted trek. Everybody just wants to dive down to the bottom of Orc 4. Let's stare dance, jeez. Stupid orcs. Ruining my flow. Oh, we had a dagger of electrocution. That might have been part of what caused the problem. But, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I'm in the middle of a monologue. I'm supposed to be able to just chop through these guys without having to engage any sort of actual dungeon crawl thought. This is supposed to be autopilot here, and you make me go on manual. All my flow completely ruined forever. A warg, okay. Nothing to worry about here. Wargs can give you trouble sometimes if you're relying on an invisibility build for the Orcish Mines or a poison build for the Orcish Mines, which you might be if you're some sort of invisible poisoner. But that's not really our style right now. We're more in-your-face iron blade choppers. Cool. Alright, was that the entirety of Orc 1 then? Not quite. Alright, so we're going to have to take this other stairs as well. I'm fine with that. More stuff. Yeah, we can take these priests and then we can just tap, 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 tappity, tab, tab, and the whole day long. That's autopilot. That's the way you want to play this game, right? And, you know, I was thinking about that, you know, while I'm waxing on about the differences between NetHack and Dungeon Crawl again. You know, I mean, that's one thing. I'm switching back and forth, you know, I mean, you sort of get in that different groove. Because NetHack doesn't have anything like Tab or O to just sort of automatically go through huge parts of the game. You know, when you explore in NetHack, you do it yourself. And, I mean, yeah, that is kind of annoying, definitely. You know, I mean, it is a little tedious sometimes. And it's nice in Dungeon Crawl. But also when you play NetHack, you sort of feel, it almost feels like you're a little bit more grounded in the character. You know, it's like, okay, you know, I mean, I have to do like every little thing myself. I have to actually like take things in and out of bags and move around and explore and search the walls. And it makes you feel almost a little bit like you are actually keeping this character alive. Like, it's not holding your hand. Like, if you step in lava in NetHack, the game, you're dead. Just like in real life, if you step in lava, you're dead. You know, it's not going to be like, are you sure that you want to do that? So it almost gives you a little bit more of a sense of gravitas in NetHack. But, on the other hand, the quality of life increase in Dungeon Crawl is just... it's hard to say, you know? I mean, they're both good. That's why I'm trying to get a little bit of exposure for both of them. Maybe it's the case, though, you know, the NetHack is a little bit more exhausting. And maybe, you know, Dungeon Crawl makes for a little bit better entertainment, too, considering that some of the tedious parts can be just automated a little bit. So, you know, that's why maybe I can play Dungeon Crawl 20 times in a row. NetHack, maybe you play it once and it's like, oh, jeez, I gotta go lie down for a minute. Okay, so here we go. We need to go and stare dance the rest of these orcs, right? Didn't finish this. Where was it? It was over here. Did we finish exploring Orc 1? What did I do? I got distracted. Alright, I guess Orc 1 is complete. Nothing to see. Sometimes you get one of those cool discount shops, but I guess not this time. A bunch of stingy orcs all picked up shop and ran away after the volcano started to erupt. Found a way to the Elven Halls. I think it is interesting, yeah, they changed this so that the Elven Halls are now on Orc 2, or Orc 3 pretty consistently. They used to be more often on Orc 4, I'm pretty sure. We don't even need buffs for these guys, we can just tap them. That's the next stage on autopilot. No buffs necessary, just complete tab. I guess maybe they just wanted you to have the option to be able to go into Elf without going into Orc 4, although I'm not sure why you would exactly. I mean, I guess you could probably clear Elf 1 and 2 before you cleared Orc 4. It would be a semi-reasonable thing to do, but it just doesn't really make a lot of sense. Alright, so here's Orc 3. We haven't seen a lot of Orc 3 either. I guess maybe we got to check out that other stairs. Yeah, we haven't seen an upstairs there, so Orc 2, we got to check out that other one. Let's do it. Oh yeah, and I can just go through all this flooding as well. That's no problem. Just take a deep lack of breathlessness, and wade your way through. Hi guys. We are getting a little bit of the element of surprise here. Ah, Orc Warrior is making me actually cast my buffs. Blade Hands just makes everything better. I know. Alright, let's not get cocky about it. The Orcish Mines has a tendency to make you feel cocky. Here's a little bit of an out-of-the-way shop. Maybe they got some sort of Black Friday deals here or something. Yeah, Orcish Mines is a little bit of, I think, supposed to be a breath of fresh air. If you play it earlier than the lair, then maybe you have to actually stop and think a little bit. But if you play it like I do most of the time after the lair, you're pretty overpowered by this point. It's nice to be able to just say, okay, tab. Let's clear our mind. Think about Jiva. Think about Black Friday shopping malls. And get ready for the actual next phase of the game. Of course, in the last game, you know, I said that, and then I got warped to the abyss promptly. So maybe let's not give it too little credit. I'm hungry for savings here. Step onto the jewelry boutique. You guys got a Starbucks in here or something? Anything good? Nothing special, man. I thought you have some sort of cool back alley deals and some sort of unique artifacts that I couldn't get anywhere else. I could get some of this stuff. Like, you know, protection from resist mutation is fine, but not really if I'm going to go for Jiva. I want to get sort of mutated all I can. Ring of Flight is fine, but not really. I'm barely going to use it. I can just wade through the water whenever I want to. Magic protection, not really. I don't have an amulet. Like, an amulet of rage would be cool. And Lady Egmont does have a little bit of a temper sometimes. Things don't go away exactly. She's a little bit of a control freak. But magical power, I guess. Some of these things are fine. But nothing I'm going to blow $600 on right now. You know, let me come back after I see what else we got. I'm going to shop around a little bit. That seems like the wise business decision to me. You know, nothing there that's immediately jumping out at me. You know, no amulet of the dragon or anything like that. We need to get 2 rings of the dragon, amulet of the dragon. We're just going to have everything of the dragon. Boots of the dragon, you know, earrings of the dragon. Whatever else. Alright, so that's level 3 complete. Momentarily exciting, but not really. And now I can jump in here into 4. What kind of Orc 4 do you think it's going to be? Could be something cool. We don't have blade hands right now. I'm not sure why not. Let's just make sure that we do and chop through this Orc wizard. You think it's going to be priests, wizards, ogres, volcanoes? I don't know. Let's, sorry, I just had to check my phone real quick. Oh, Sif Moon is exalted by my worship. That's cool, man. I know we're talking a little bit behind your back about abandoning you. Yes. But you've been good to us so far. Just give me 1 or 2 more good books so I don't have to think about it that hard. Interesting. Yeah, and there's Trollhide here. Of course we can't wear it. I was actually just sort of curious whether or not they still had Trollhide in this game. Seems like the sort of thing where they might remove. I'm not sure why. Alright, this looks like we're getting into a little bit more of a situation. There's stone walls. Looks like there's definitely some interesting sort of thing going on here. Oh, I miscast it because I had blade hands up while I was trying to cast it. That was a little foolish. Yeah, alright, some sort of crazy temple. Let's back off. There's 4 Orc priests. There's sure to be high priests as well. Let's back off here so they can't really get a good line of sight on me, and anybody who decides to come around the corner, we'll just chop them up. And yeah, these guys are aware of me. The Orc priests are probably going to try to be a little bit wise and keep their distance. But not particularly wise, because the only wise option right now is basically to flee. if these AI had any sort of self-awareness, they would just be all trying to evacuate as best they can, because they have no chance against the Grey Lady. The dread Grey Lady. You know who you're dealing with? Do you know my name? I'm Lady Egmont of the Egmonts. You have reached level 16. And I feel more clever. Alright, that might be enough cleverness for now, but I'm glad to have all the cleverness I can get in no shrewd survival on our wits. Martial arts is as much a mental exercise as it is a physical exercise. 2 orc priests and an orc knight, which is frenzied. I sort of feel like maybe let's back off, because I know there's going to be more nasties in there as well. Back in here, buff, 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 buff. Alright, now we've got our ice armor ready to have an ice battle against an orc knight, who's probably wearing like regular armor. He did hit pretty hard, I'll give him that. But not as hard as us. I am glad that we put on our buffs, because an orc knight, I guess, is a little bit of a tough foe for us at this stage of the game. Not exactly surprised. I mean, apparently that's what they're throwing at us. Knights defending priests, possibly some sort of ancient orc paladin order, which is surprisingly noble of them. But I guess, you know, there's always sort of been a strong warrior caste in the orc society. You know, it makes sense that would be tied in with their religious ceremonies as well. Hopefully chop up this orc knight before he does as much damage as the last one did. Maybe he had some sort of special like battle axe or something, really chop me hard. Regular orc warriors are not too dangerous. There's that guy smiting me from the back, but a couple of chops and he goes down. And there we go. Alright, looks like we might have taken out the Holy Orcish Empire here. Orc High Priest. Oh no, whoops, we still have to take out the Orc Pope. Alright, Orc Pope. He's a little bit sleepy, though. He's not very observant. I mean, that's not the reason how you get to be an Orc Pope. You get to be an Orc Pope because of your devotion. And your demon summoning ability, presumably. Oh, nice. We chopped him. Wait, was he actually the Orc Pope at all, or was he just some sort of Orc Cardinal or Archbishop? Looks like there might even be a further recesses back in here where the Holy Orcish Empire High Council is brooding. Yeah, look, there's more. There's way more. Okay, two high priests and 2 orc knights. So this is a backup moment. We could teleport if we need to. We've got so much teleport. We have that wand of teleportation. Like, if you guys want to, like, back in here almost, that's, like, almost an acceptable place to be. Not exactly, but it's, like, it's better than it was. Yeah, I do want to, like, kill that orc priest before he starts, I don't know, invoking his papal power. Oh, no, there's 2 of them. Just run, man. Just run. Bolts hitting me. Alright, it's time for actually a teleport. Maybe that's stupid, but it's like, why wouldn't I teleport, man? Go on, I gotta get in the habit of it. It's like, if I just get myself into a stupid situation, let's not double down and make things worse than they are. I could have just kept running away, but I had guys shooting bolts at me, I had guys smiting me, I had demons coming into the mix, weird smog clouds coming at me, papal incense. I don't know, man. Those guys got a few more tricks than I gave them credit for. We're gonna have to use all of our cunning. Orc coming into view, wielding a whip. Hey, if you're looking for a new place to get a whip, I got a good place to tell you. I got a good lead for you. Just go and check out that volcano a couple floors up. Alright, there's a lot more orcs coming this way. Is this like the crowd of orcs? If so, I'm happy to see it, honestly. You know, I mean, I'd rather deal with them if they're separated from their home group. They will probably have a tendency to clump together, though. But any of them that filter out here, like here's, yeah, this orc knight shooting bolts of penetration, which is highly invasive. Let's get 1, 4. Just want to make sure I'm chopping as quickly as I can. Like here's an orc high priest as well. I want to make sure that, yeah, I want to make sure that you're dead, and then I want to make sure that you're dead. Almost dead. That's important to me. Alright, so now the demons are gone. What are you wielding right now? You've got a hand axe. What have you got? A great sword of Holy Wrath. Well, I'm not exactly, like, vulnerable to Holy Wrath. You know, I'm an upstart, you know. I'm an okay guy. The good gods got no reason to hate me. A good lady, I should say. Proper lady. Never did nobody no wrong. Just because we're not explicitly worshiping one of the good gods doesn't mean that we're evil. It's like, come on. It's not like a if you're with us, you're against us sort of thing. I think we can probably still take this. Oh no. Let me just run away. Where's the nearest stairs? Yeah, it's right there. Alright, new plan. Run to the stairs. Don't double down on stupid. And good. Now we can take them. Very good. Alright, maybe that was the worst of it. Maybe that was the true Orc Pope instead of the French Orc Pope, who was really just a pretender. Caused a great Orcish schism in the Orcish Church. Church of Bourg. I don't know, man. I don't know anything about Orcish ecumenical proceedings. Orc High Priest, man, there's a lot of popes. Is there like an Orc Double High Priest or an Orc High Priest? Or maybe they just act as a council. Maybe the Orcs are truly more evolved than we are, and they realize that no one Orc should have dominion over all of the Orcish Church. They rule a little bit more democratically than that. You know, I mean, just because they're High Priests, it means that they've earned it. You know, it's sort of a meritocracy. If you're a High Priest, it's because you can summon demons better. You know, you're an objectively better priest than one of these lesser priests. You know, you learn how to smite, great. That's a neat trick. Bo likes you a little bit, you know. He'll help you smite people. But if you can summon demons, wow, man, you must be a really priestly sort of guy. Yeah, Orc High Priest. There's more of them. Man, I guess this is just sort of like the Elite Four Orc Priest challenge here. Is there going to be more of them? Like, why don't you just back over here towards me? I don't want to, like, back off too far because that just gives him a chance to, like, start casting demons. But let's make sure he doesn't have any more pals. Alright, this is just an unobservant Orc High Priest. As I said, Orc High Priests, they're a little bit, you know, lost in religious contemplation sometimes. They're not necessarily going to be, like, at the forefront of the battle. He was back here studying scripture. Oh, whoops. I'm punching him regular style. But let's do it anyway. Alright, we got it. Very good. And now we can loot the papal stores back here, you know. Blattox. What do you got? Some kind of buckler, but not my style, and nothing else we can even wear. Distillery. Okay, we'll certainly buy all of those potions, because that makes me feel a lot better about being stupid. If I've got anti-stupid potions in my pocket, well, then I don't have to worry so much about being reckless. In assorted antiques, there's an axe, which is neat. There's other stuff, which is less neat. We might buy that book just to see it. Because, I mean, what else am I going to spend my money on? Material possessions? Foregoing them for the most part. And, of course, armor that we can't wear. So I don't know what we really expected to find here. I wasn't really expecting a whole lot. Maybe a bookstore would have been nice. So maybe we will just buy that book and see what it's all about. Hey, what's this book all about? Yeah, I'll buy it for $400. No problem. A book of death. Ooh, ominous. Necromancy, is that really where we want to go with this game? The last character was much, much more necromancy focused than I even expected. Honestly, necromancy ended up like saving that character, so maybe we won't have necromancy with this character. We've already got big ambitions for level 9 summonings and things like that. So let's sort of drop that there. I'm glad I bought it. I'm glad I read it. Maybe that's one less thing Sif Moon will gift to us. But we're happy just to leave that here. And anything else we wanted to buy here? Oh yes, everything. A, B, D, F, K, L, M. And we got restore abilities there. We might consider picking those up. Maybe even the Potion of Might. I haven't identified it yet, so that's like a free potion of scroll of Identify too. Maybe in fact that's one of those potions that I have right now that I don't even know about, so who knows. Restore abilities, we'll see how many of those we have. Last game we had way too many restore abilities than we needed. Most of the time I feel like they're in shorter supply, but let's leave them here for now. Yeah, I'm only spending another $400 here, so, you know, it's not like I'm really concerned. Good. Anything we could want. Do we still have... Yeah, it looks like we probably did have another Potion of Might in our inventory, and we just didn't even know about it. It was like, oh, I guess that's what that thing was. Anything else here? Any other sorts of papal councils? You know, altar boys, anything here is going to put up a last-ditch fight? I guess that's it. I guess that's going to be it for the Orc 4. So, no problem there, really. You know, I mean, that was pretty elegant. I was looking for a video like that, because even in the last video where I said we were going to be elegant, we ended up using a scroll of blinking. Here we used a scroll of teleportation, but that is actually, like, that's no sweat off my back, man. We got so much teleportation by now that we can just afford to do that and feel very graceful about it. We didn't really improve our character too much as we go. We got the Potion of Experience, I guess. I would love it if we just learned Dragon Form and then we can go with Jiva. Because now that I cleared Orc, I got no excuses, man. All the gold is ours. We could go and just possibly become Slime Queen Dragon pretty soon if we wanted to. So we got to give that some serious thought and think about what we're going to do in the next video. But for now, I hope you enjoyed, you guys, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.